Okay, so the thrift store, I bought this from, I think it's Mini Hands. They got different store places for this. This is a wacky track. I like these things. I just found out I could take them apart and put them back together any way I want. Goody goody. And then this you can hang up, but it is a popper, alphabet popper. That'd be cool to get for some kids. Put in a plastic bag, or not. It depends on the kid, how they respond to it. When I was a kid, I had some of this stuff, but it was a matter of consistent using it and the introduction to it. So I'm not going to say all of it was good because that's not all the way true. So it just differs. Like this is from Menards. This is a dry erase label. Warning on dry erase labels, do not put permanent marker unless you eventually want something like this where it's more permanent and you know you're going to use it consistently day in, day out. Otherwise, use a regular dry erase marker. Do not use the permanent marker unless you're going to use it more regularly like that. All lessons learned, especially on a dry erase board. But this is the Braille, and I don't always like loud. It depends on the environment and stuff like this. Now, these are awesome. I started collecting these because I need them bad. But these identify things your child or young adult may want to do regularly. These are DBT. I'd put them under DBT, but they're basically mindful cards. Let's see, where is that? I don't think I have the beginning card of it that falls under the account that of which it's under. But this has different things on each card. So this says visualize a safe place. You don't have to go there physically, but you can go there mentally. That's what that one basically means. You can go there physically, but it's harder to do. And I'm losing these because these are not properly in my hands. My hands can't hold them after a certain time. Draw how you feel. I love this. This one is my number one in this. Draw how you feel. Sometimes it can get a little graphic, for warning. So if I'm drawing something graphic, it's because it's a trauma trigger. And a lot of times when it comes to trauma triggers, I have to watch out for some of those. So this is my childhood dog. She died when she was 14. But the average lifespan for a German Shepherd is about 20. So that's a good age for German Shepherd. But you can see she's got a little choker here. Choker collar, which is more appropriate, but still, she was very protective of me, which I loved by a long shot, because she knew how to calm me down compared to my parents. They tried to, but they didn't realize with all my mixtures that it was and the things that should have been properly diagnosed but weren't. Yeah, so that varies on that. So down here, I got my grandparents. Now that down there is my grandfather and his wife. Both are deceased. That's my other grandmother. She's deceased. There's a comparison photo when I was younger versus when I was older. And these are all different times, and these are collages. There's my other grandfather. He passed away, and I'm sitting in the. This is something I would do with my grandmother, not my grandfather. It says I dared myself one time to do it and see his reaction. But as you can see here, it's got a different reaction on there. And then this one right there, I have a belt, Taekwondo yellow belt in the background. But I didn't keep that up like I wanted to. And then this one right here is when I was a volunteer for the ARL. And they didn't really, the thing with that is they really didn't understand I was special needs, so they should have watched what they had said to me, because they insulted me pretty badly, so I would, they probably didn't mean to, or they didn't have the knowledge to understand it, but it just all differs per person on that, because I really didn't work with them like that on that. And at the time, I was still in high school, because that was 1996 through 2001 when I volunteered for them, and then volunteered at a different animal shelter. And then the one above was like a July 4th carnival thingy, where this guy has ponies, and you get to ride them. This particular one, I had to find my proper size pony to ride on, so I rode on this one, and this one is on, these are from Facebook. And then this one up here was a Night Eyes, kind of like Night Eyes event, where we dress up, kind of like adult Halloween, so to speak, and we dressed up as different characters. I dressed up as the cat, even though Clifford, there's not really a cat in Clifford. Well, there might be, but I don't know. But I wanted to stay warm, so I dressed up as a cat. And then here's me. I am on a chin bar. And yeah, and that is probably I'm more of I recognize when certain things go wrong. I have that ability. It's called like symptom recognition. So I have that. Just sometimes I might throw myself off by accident, but always intentional. It just varies. And then that one, I am wearing my former dojo gi. So that all differs. And this one right here, you can barely see it. It is my senior, one of my photos from my high school yearbook, or a high school yearbook, because now it's online at classmates.com, where you can find photos and stuff. Oh, here it is. Mindful Moments flashcards. So Google this, and then if some of these cards show up, like the ones I showed you, which disappeared again, and then you can get them there. I like these ones too, but these are separate. Gentle Stream. So these give you a technique to do and follow for self-therapy. You can take them on the go if you want. This idea was taken originally by an Etsy person who made the concept, which, kiddos, I give them a lot of credit on this, but this is my paper version of it, and multiple things of this have been made. So it's Crystal's Emergency Calm Kit. So like an all-in-one calm kit, basically. And I wouldn't say exactly calm because it's up to degree and only. Stuffed animal, definitely. It's used for sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste vary because you probably don't want to do that, but that will vary too. Same thing for this. Read a book, sight, sound, and touch. It focuses on a sensory issue, or sensory. And this one here, resume book. Ooh, yeah, I have one somewhere. Because I'm working on that as well. And this is my favorite. I made this myself. But in order to keep this stuff in it, you probably need to put tape on it or staple, but I would put tape, not staple. But put it in a notebook. So this is, you can make these. It was from the dollar store, but they're really hard to find. So this is, make one decision, and you write down what decision you make. And over there is another one, but you got 3 decisions. So it's a little bit more professionalized on that one. I like that one better anyway. But that's from one of the books I like. And here's some more of the cards. Design your dream room. Ooh, all these are really good to do. Smell something nice. And they got a picture, so these are visuals, by the way. Wrap in a blanket. I got that blanket right there is my weighted blanket. And I've got another weighted blanket, so I got 2. And then this is another one. This is the cognitive distortion. It's one of them. Magical thinking. And then the dry erase strip that can go on an object. Do yoga poses. That will vary. I do some yoga poses like that one. It just differs if I want to do them or not. And then you can put stuff on the back too. And then I'm still working on this, trying this. It's a happy calm. So the liquid is supposed to help calm you. And this one is a flashcard, but it has a word on it, and then it has acronyms to go with the word. So this would mean can also be related to math. That's why synonyms help a lot. So mean can mean nasty, which I don't always try to be. I don't always try to be rude or unfriendly. So here is, a picture. And I would definitely have these on me at all times. For me, I limit myself to at least one flashcard from each of my favorite categories or my favorite things. Say something kind to yourself. I am safe. I would not always say I'm safe. I'm sorry, but yeah, this is something I still have trouble with because for me, sense of safety is going bye-bye. It's like, it's really hard to say I'm safe when I don't feel it. So it's kind of like, I don't really like lying to myself. So instead I use I am safe thoughts. I add thoughts to it. So what thoughts help me keep safe or feel a sense of safety? That's kind of the little bit of advancement that I have to go through that. Otherwise, I'm just basically lying to myself when I'm saying I'm safe. So yeah, that's another thing that I've been working on. And then there is this priority, different ways to put priority. And this is a copyrighted thing here, so I can make one of my own, but, excuse me, upside down triangle in Audible. And I didn't know that was a 3rd grade word. And I'm like, what? Wait, what the heck? See, that's why it's so important to not assume just because you get into a certain grade that you know all grade words. No, when you reach the college stage and you find that out the hard way, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of trouble with it, because my reading varies per grade and per word. So it's not just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna know every freaking word. No, that's not the way my brain works. Sorry, my brain doesn't work like that. So I have to literally do different word study strategies with the word to work with it better, so I learn it better. And there's a little doodle pad, and here are my pencils. I use this one. This is Art Skills pencil, which the thing is fading on it. And then here's another pencil, but it says, believe in yourself. Yes, you should. So I would definitely keep that one on me at all times. And this is a little Zodiac pendant. It says strong and independent. And it's really hard to read because I get it a certain... there it goes. Motivated, hardworking, reliable, determined, loyal, and selfless. Dedicated, loving, and compassionate. So it's got the positives for a Gemini. And it has 2 females. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. And here is a stone rock, which I got one of these from a, what do they call those stores? Like where you could get inspirational stuff. And then I bought this. This is like a little fidget thingy, like kind of like almost voodoo, or voo, to say boo. And then I got a to-do list thing on here. It's just to-do list today. Or I like that one, but I can make it smaller. And so that one's that. And that one is the coin purse. And then here is one book, another book. These are what they call spellers, because the word is a certain way, and this stuff in here confuses me, so I try to rewrite it to where that does not confuse me, or say it where it doesn't confuse me. And or some words I'll say, and then some words it just is a matter if I say them at all or not. And then there are stickers on the back of this, color coded stickers. Sometimes I'll put them upside down, and sometimes I won't. And then there's my another coping box. That'd be hard to take on the go, for sure. And this I got at the carnival. or a carnival. Blown a kiss. I think that's what it's Lynn on me. Or something. And then this I had somebody made for me. This case crisis kit, and I could put some things in here, maybe 2 or 3 items, 5 at the most. So I'm not stressing myself out 100%. And there's this tin. It's magnetized. And there's picture. Got different people in it. There's me right there. I'm standing up. And then this is Light Bright. And it is of a game controller, which in my therapy book has the picture of it, and you put different words in it too. So that's really, I like that. And then this is an item I bought, the label from an item I bought. Art Skills, so another Art Skills product. Rainbow plaque. Now, rainbow plaques, I don't use them like some people use them. I never was like that. It is really hard to accept in a lot of different ways for me, but no, I'm not gay, I'm not Bosnian, I'm not lesbian. Blah. Yeah, that would not work for me, because I would get very pissed if that happened. Because I'm straight. Technically. And then here is a list of one chore. And then it says keep 2 top cups, tumblers out, store the rest away. Clean bins, organize bins, contents. So the list of things to do. And then fidget strip. And you could poke a hole in this and keep it somewhere, or you could tape it onto something if you want to. You could keep a flashcard, which I would recommend. This is an action. Laugh. Haha. And shocked. Another word for shocked is alarm. Which a lot of people don't like using sometimes, especially doctors. They use the wrong word, which I don't like, because I'm not that way. But this is my identification for this company. So we can get different items, award items, like we can get a shirt, or I don't know how many things we can get with this, but it's like a little biblical thing here. So it's like a scripture book. So it introduces some of the Bible contents. It says Jesus talks with this Samaritan woman. Some of it I could still read, but it varies on that. It says, when a Samaritan woman came to draw water, Jesus said to her, will you give me a drink? His disciples had gone into the town to buy food. The Samaritan woman said to him, you are a Jew, and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink? For Jews do not associate with Samaritans. Wow, that's pretty judgmental. See, the thing back in the day is religions used to have a lot of different type of wars, and especially like that. Samaritan is actually like a person I guess this type of person, she's saying, because you're different, why should I? My parents were the same way. And that's a very hard diversity to live up to. But once you learn the behind the scenes diversity, you'll eventually get it. I live in a diverse world where nationalities mix. I'm not of one particular nationality, so I'm not just white. I'm not just black. But some people like that. It just differs on the change. Like this one, it goes to say, don't let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. And then it says, my Father's house has many rooms. Okay. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. You know the way to the place where I am going. So that's John 14. So yeah, you could pick this up on the website, which is Facebook. There it goes. Facebook.com Pocket Power. The Pocket Testament League. And then this one says ptl.org truth. And there is the little scanner thingy. And this right here, you can try these on your phone apps to see which one works best for scanning it. Or you could just type all this in. And then that's my identification right there. It might have an old address on it because I haven't up to date it